Hello there, and welcome back to World of Warships. Yes, this is not War Thunder, this is in fact me playing World of Warships for a change. And yeah, before I talk about why I play this, let me just talk you through what I play, what you can expect from today's video. It is a double feature, two gameplays in the German premium heavy cruiser, that is the Graf Spee. I got this for a 1 week test period for whatever reason. I think it doesn't have to do anything with the fact that I am a YouTuber. So I was like, never played the ship. I have no idea how it plays. I'm a terrible cruiser player. What better possibility is there for me than to play the ship right now and to make a fool out of myself on the internet? Yes. So there I am. And yeah, two gameplays. The first one will be a bit more action-packed with a not so nice ending. Whereas then the second gameplay is very nice indeed, and I think I carried a little bit, which is not so much reflected in the overall result, but doesn't really matter. Okay, so yeah, my plan is to go with this heavy cruiser to the middle cap and capture it, and then hopefully get away with it. I'm testing this out rather aggressively, and again, as I say, I hope that I get away with it. I don't know how good the armor stacks up to the competition. It is called a heavy cruiser or a pocket battleship, whatever, but you know, this is a game, so you have to deal with the game mechanics. Fortunately for me, I'm top tier. That's great. So my guns, of which I have 6 of those 11-inch guns, are really great, in theory. But the dispersion, the reload, the DPM, only 2 turrets. So there are some downsides, but unfortunately we're also in a double CV game, and that's not really nice. And there is the Omaha and first AP salvo out, and that is nearly a 10k salvo with a Citadel. That's really great stuff. The problem is, while I have now the perfect broadside of the Omaha again, can I reload in time before he goes behind that island? Can I lob the shells over this little village? Looks good, looks good. Yes, 11k, good stuff right there. So at the moment I was very lucky that I didn't get blobbed from any side, from any flank, because both teams were preoccupied, and it seems like I'm getting away with it. The Omaha has obviously no intention of resetting me, because that would expose him to my 11-inch gunfire, and I punished him with over 20k so far, so he didn't enjoy this paddling. 15 seconds before we capture now, and that is obviously great. So yeah, why am I playing this? Well, a lot of you guys have requested me to play World of Warships, to have a look at it again. A lot of you enjoy my covering of naval warfare overall, and you want me to continue to do so, although the majority of you would love it to be War Thunder ships. But that brings me to the problem. The last and the only ship that I have to research at the moment is the German Nürnberg, the light cruiser, and it is disastrous. Just to give you a few numbers, I would have to pay for an entire stock load of base use HE and armor piercing, which are the competitive shells, 81,000 silver lines, and only if I would fire half of it, it would be 40,000 silver lines to be competitive. And then on top of this, a repair bill of 26,000 silver lines. So in the worst case scenario, I would have an overall bill to pay at the end of the battle, which would not be my mistake, of 100,000 silver lines. If you thought that your top tier tanks are expensive, oh, you haven't played German light cruisers. So another nice salvo on the Omaha, but he also returned the favor with nearly a 5k salvo. In the long run, this will hurt quite a lot. Let's hope that we can finish him off before I have to deal with those 2 battleships, because yes, there is the first kill, there is a Fuso, and there is also what is that? A Normandy? Oh. So I have also 4 torpedoes per side, really great firing angles, I have to say, and I don't really trust the prediction line, so I fire a little bit ahead of it in the case that the Normandy turns into me, or turns out. And then the carrier actually makes his first appearance. And his first attack is with torpedo bombers. While I can dodge one of them, the second one hits, but luckily it doesn't flood me. Torpedoes look very good. They look very good. Oh, they look very, very good. Yeah, that's 4 torpedo hits. 1 salvo out. And all that it took was 1 pen. We dodged another torpedo drop. And so that was amazing. Nearly 70k damage done. Let's reinforce the other AA sector. And now my hand is forced. I would love to chill here and to just sling away some salvos at the Fuso, but the CV comes in with rolling attacks, and this is one of the big problems with this CV rework, thanks to videos from other YouTubers, beginning from Giggles over Flamu, over iChase Gaming, etc. I'm fully aware of what they try to do, how CVs get played, but the fundamental problem is that my flak power goes down. With every bomb strike, with every rocket strike, my AA emplacements get destroyed or weakened, while the CV can come at me with at its desire, if you will, whenever he wants, with full squadrons. So he will never bleed out planes, despite how many I might shoot down. Sorry about this. So that's a little bit of an unfair fight. The problem is I am now in a very disadvantageous situation. While I'm hunting their CV, I have to dodge his torpedo bombers, while I'm also behind the enemy team, on this flank at least. And can we dodge those torpedoes? Yes, we also set the carrier on fire. Now we are sitting on twice our hit points in terms of damage dealt, which is really nice. But yeah, I am out of cover here. And there is the Prinz Eitel Friedrich, German battleship, and also 2 cruisers, a Pensacola and a Budyonny. So I have to run here. I would love to hunt down the CV, but now he got undetected. I'm too slow to catch him, despite him being in the corner, and there is just no escape from the battleships. So I have to hope that they are distracted long enough. Now I empty my barrels with an HE salvo on the Prinz Eitel Friedrich, load the AP in expectation for the Budyonny. So I resetted here the Prinz Eitel Friedrich, and I also have to delete here the Budyonny if possible, while trying to mitigate the damage from the incoming CV strikes. That salvo also looks good, and yep, double Citadel, 22,000 damage. That feels great. Yeah, I also received a 4 to 5k damage salvo from the Prinz Eitel Friedrich. HE salvo from the Budyonny in the air, that might be really painful. Indeed it is. I bled a lot of HP there, but the salvo is in the air from to the Budyonny, and we get our 3rd kill. Good result, good result. And at the moment I have some breathing space as well, and yeah, so far I survived with over 110,000 damage dealt. The problem is now I can no further reset here the capture progress from the Prinz Eitel Friedrich, and another CV strike is coming in. My fighter plane is on cooldown. I don't have here a superintendent to get an extra charge, which I would desperately need at this point. And lol, just dodge. Yeah, I try my best, but there's just so much that you can do, right? I have no idea what he did there. Why he didn't execute the attack. But the other CV is joining in as well. What a joy. And that's a double fire. That's really painful. That's really, really painful. But since the attacks are still rolling, I hesitated to use the damage con immediately. The question is, how long will the Congo last? Well, in the crossfire between a Pensacola and the Prinz Eitel Friedrich, not very long. And yeah, I have to get away from this. This doesn't really look all that great. Yeah, and the Congo is down. And I have to go in a straight line to go behind this island. This is painful. I know that the end is coming. I have no heals left. I'm spotted here. Just in the spotting range, nothing that I can do. I might shoot, therefore. A missed. Bad aim here. And the carrier is coming in again. That hurt. Can we deal with this Prinz Eitel Friedrich here? Over the island. No, because now I'm obviously spotted by planes. Another attack by rocket planes, and then there is the salvo of AP over the island from the Prinz Eitel Friedrich. And ouch! Yep, that was my game. So there we are in the second battle, and let's just enjoy the graphics of the ship, the nice skin, the nice little details. About the graphics you can say what you want, but I think it is done really nicely. I can't wait to see a ship like this in War Thunder if the game then would be fixed. So moments later we are then already in active battle, and I tried to stick with the horde with the rest of my team here. So no Odyssey around the southern flank here. I'm not fast enough for this. I don't have the armor for this, nor the firepower. So I try my best here. The Graf Spee, well, as I said, I'm not really used to it. I don't know how to play cruisers at all. I am a battleship captain, knowing how to angle my armor, how to attract enemy fire, how to give breathing space to some of my cruisers, what to prioritize, which kind of armor I can overmatch with which kind of guns. I know all this theory, but 11-inch, that's not really that much of an advantage. I mean, sure, the Alpha Strike is there, but the rest is not really that impressive. So, the first battle, as you could see, the torpedo salvo, the broadsides that I had, and then all the dodging that I tried versus the CVs, that was exciting, that was cool. But this is now probably a battle where I want to play the support role and try my best to not get focused. I try to lob some shells over the island. The range feels kind of limited. What is it? 16 kilometers? Yeah, and here I have to go across the bow of an enemy of an allied battleship. Sorry about this. So I didn't watch my minimap. That was entirely my fault. Obviously, it is always interesting. Should you stick with HE? Should you stick with AP? The AP on German battleships is not really that great. Very bad normalization angles, so no improved pen angles. And the HE, while having a quarter pen value, which is great, you don't have the Alpha Strike and you don't have the fire chance. But I think versus an angled October Revolution, you should use the HE. So this is why I switched here. Let's see what we can do. Well, that was a quick fire. So here I try AP versus the New York. AP damage is not as good healable as fire damage or HE damage. but 2 pens that did no damage, while just the overmatch properly registered. That's sad. That's one of the things that I really dislike about this game, that the indicators are not really all that reliable. Good salvo at the end. Prinz Eitel Friedrich. Yeah, and here I have to go around the island. Somebody's targeting me. Let's hope that it's not that battleship, because cruisers are a little bit allergic to a battleship AP. And here I ping obviously the destroyer on the minimap. I'm fully aware of this German destroyer, but I have to dodge and weave all the time from an AP salvo that might come in. Yeah, I'm not elevating the guns enough here. I really have no idea who's targeting me. I only can hope that it's not a battleship. Other cruiser fire, I can take some salvos, but you know, it's always best to be angled and to not get shot in the first place. So that was lucky that I didn't receive here more than 3k damage, because I angled in just in time, so that it was just overpans through the superstructure. And at the moment there is not much in shooting range, but I tried to go to the northern island. But my team is just... Look at the positioning of my team. They are surrounded by the enemy team, and I need to break out here from this at any cost. And I hope that I can deal here with those enemy cruisers. I seem to have the gunfire for it, the gunfire power, but if they angle, if they dodge, if I have bad RNG, and if they get lucky with their fires, and whenever I have to give broadside to bring the rear turret to bear, yeah, it is a tricky story, but at least I have the rudder shift time to do so. Now, while the first Italian cruiser is now going behind the island, there is the Prinz Eitel Friedrich, again, one of those Prinz Eitel Friedrichs that are dangerous. I have to deal here with the Indianapolis and, you know, American 8-inch super heavy AP. Yeah, it's dangerous. It's dangerous, man. So only an overpan, because they dodge and weave all the time as well. And yeah, I'm just taking here 2000 damage here, 3000 there, and before you know, you're out of your heals. I don't have super intended yet because I only have a 6-point captain, and I don't know if it is worth blasting here through my 100 elite commander EP that I have for a captain that I have for 1 week and won't play that much, to be honest. So I'm still pushing forward, and look at that, my team is actually following me. So I am in a heavy cruiser, the spearhead of my team. And this is why now the enemy team is kind of running. I try to get here the best salvos on both the Prinz Eitel Friedrich, but also the Indianapolis, while trying to not receive too much damage in the process. And at some point I also have to hopefully deal with this Abruzzi here. But he's also excellently dodging my salvos. And you know, watching here the video, you could play this better, why don't you shoot him, why don't you do this, why don't you do that, etc, etc. You can't have your eyes everywhere, you can't do everything at once. And you know, if you think that you're better, play it yourself and make a YouTube channel and then read through the comments. So here I had to repair the damaged turret and the one single fire. I know, because it's just taking way too long, and that's just literally half my firepower down. But still, the HE salvos come in, and yeah, there is another fire. So the current situation is as following, that we have one ship less than the enemy, and this is reflected also in the points. And our team is still kind of surrounded by the enemy team, and there's a Miyoko also in the very northwestern corner. I hope that I can deal with that guy later, but as long as I get hammered here by the Indianapolis and the Abruzzi, that's not really the best situation that I can get into, and hopefully I can make this turn here around the island. So to make it short, let's just speed this scene up here, because yeah, I'm grounded here. And let's just say that I am not really that impressed with the map design here, because that was just a hidden sandbank, and I just couldn't accelerate here in time, and that cost me a lot, and I mean a lot of time. And what you can see here is sped up 4 times, and yet it is just absolutely annoying to see. But hey, at the end we eventually freed ourselves, and now let's hope that the Miyoko is still there and presenting a nice broadside. So, is he still there? We get spotted, and yep, there it is. Let's aim for that sweet, sweet citadel. And indeed, that was a nice, nice salvo. 2 citadels, 2 pens, and 3 overpens. Just in case I launch here the torps if the angle gets too steep. But the Miyoko is in reverse, so no hasty maneuvers to be expected. Another salvo out. And yes, another very good salvo. But obviously, no kill for you, comrade. Damn yuck. And now I'm in the very problematic situation that, well, I'm at the edge of the map, despite this being absolutely mandatory. And now, at least the points for the moment are equal. So at this point we have one problem, that we don't have a destroyer, but the enemy team do have a destroyer. And the destroyer's influence through the spotting mechanics, capturing, etc., etc., can be immense. And there you can see our capture point, or yeah, how do you say it? Our team defense point, if you will, now gets captured, presumably by the destroyer. And so we don't gain any points. And just at this moment we had equal amount of points, but sadly that's not the case anymore. So let's hope that the fight of the 2 battleships in the south goes in our favor, and that the Fiji can come in and also go and kill the destroyer. That are at least my hopes. While I go with full speed, with the full force of my 28 knots here, to the enemy's capture zone, and hope that I can, well, change the tide of the battle. The problem is that New Mexico is burning low on hit points and don't seem to have a repair party ready. It is under HE spam from the Indianapolis, and from this range and this angle, there is just nothing that I can do. My current situation is the following. I have no heals left, I'm half HP, and my Hydro is just coming off cooldown in 10 seconds. So all the more surprising is it when I got spotted that the Indianapolis has chosen to just rush me. I mean, the Indianapolis seems to be a tough nut to crack for me, but why is he rushing me? Because I have the bigger guns, I have also torpedoes and the better secondaries. Why is he rushing me? He's coming straight for me. I mean, those are not the best salvos, and yeah, he does a significant amount of damage and knocks out here my gun turret, so I had to blow here the damage con. But he's still kind of coming towards me. That's another 3.5k HP that I won't see again. But still, why didn't he take the risk of just turning around and kiting away? So now I'm angled, and I have no intention of giving him my broadside. And now he turns to the other side. Maybe his intention was to ram me, but he blew it with this maneuver. So the torps are on the way. I switch to the guns and Citadel Fiesta. Okay, I would have killed him either way, which is nice. And now I'm in their cap, and I still have enough time to capture it. So 3 minutes to go into the battle and 2 minutes 40 to capture it. So the Abruzzi was killed by the York, which did a marvelous job in this battle. So you can see it was a tier 7 battle, if I'm not mistaken here. And yeah, I have 1 million potential damage. And we also have the advantage in the capturing process, which is nice. So for me, I just have to stay behind this island and we win the battle. Again, one of the cases where to do nothing is the best thing to do. And there's the Minikaze. Can we reset him and also kill him? But no, again, the York was faster. He did such an amazing job in this battle. So thumbs up to you, sir. And yeah, there is the last enemy player, the Prinz Eitel Friedrich, which is now a battleship going for the York. And you know, this is battleship versus cruiser. Place your bets, sirs. Place your bets. My intention is not to leave the cover of the island entirely, but to lob some shells over the island to hopefully reset here the Prinz Eitel Friedrich and hopefully not get spotted. And now watch how long it takes to slow down and reverse. And there is the Prinz Eitel Friedrich killing the York, sadly. And now it's a 1 versus 1. I only have to hide behind this island for 1 minute. And it's just taking so goddamn long to reverse. That's just absolutely awful. So this is now very risky because it would have been better to just turn around. Now I'm in cover. And I could shoot one more salvo. And now I'm safe. 30 seconds to go. Can we reset him? Nope. And he blind fired. Because this Prinz Eitel Friedrich also had a fantastic battle. I launch here the fighter aircraft maybe to spot him, but I think the range is too great. And there are the last 10 seconds of hopefully our victory. Honestly, there is nothing more that he can do. And yep, that's battle, 1,000 points, we win. So I got a lot more satisfaction out of this one battle than I got from a lot of the other battles that I played today in War Thunder. So yeah, there are the results. 312,000 credits, 2,552 experience for 1 kill and 75,000 hit points worth of damage dealt to the enemy. And yeah, that was a good result right there. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like if you did. Subscribe if you want to see more. And as usual, we will see each other on the waves. This time maybe in World of Warships.